Hello everyone, this is Cryptic Girl from Henna.wmv, and today we're going to show you how to wet strain your henna. What we're going to need is the henna that has been dye released that we mixed up earlier. You're going to need a glass, a short glass or tumbler, something. This one I'm using because it'll be easier for you guys to see. You're going to need a nylon stocking, the toe, about this long, maybe a little bit less. Spoon, a plastic baggie, and hopefully we won't need paper towels in case we make a huge mess. So what you're going to do is take your nylon stocking. Oh, by the way, gloves are always good. Take your nylon stocking, stretch it over the opening of your glass, so it makes a little pocket. Excuse me. One of the reasons we wet strain, it's not because there's anything wrong with the henna, whatever. Sometimes you'll have little clumps that didn't dissolve out. This is to make sure there is absolutely nothing that will clog your henna cone, because when you're using a henna cone this small and using the opening as tiny as possible, here, let me see if I can show you. This is how fine a line you can get when you have really nicely strained. I don't even know if this camera will be able to pick it up. Yeah, you can see it. It's a very, very fine line of henna. You don't want anything to clog this because it's a pain in the butt. So now that we have this and this, I'm going to make a mess on my desk, or at least I'm going to try not to. Unwrap your henna, and I love the smell of this stuff. With those oils in it, my whole office smells really pretty. You take off the plastic wrap, and normally I would, try and scrape off as much as possible. Because I'm doing this in my office and for the video, we're just going to ball this mess up so I don't get everything everywhere. Going to scrape your henna mixture into the pocket in the stocking. Get as much of the henna in there as you can. Now, I do this before I dye release. You can do it, or I do this after I dye release. You can do it before. I haven't. I don't see any reason why you can't if you want to get it done and over with, out of the way. But I will suggest, the reason I do it afterwards is when the henna has been sitting for a while in this glass jar and you're scraping it out, sometimes the henna that's up here will dry and harden. And then when it gets in here, that will clog your cones too. So doing it after the henna has dye released will eliminate any of these little things flaking off into the fresh henna and prevent you from clogging your cone, which we really, really don't want to do. So I'm just going to scrape off the henna off the spoon. Get as much in there as I can. And then set this aside with the rest of my mess. Okay, once you have your henna in the stocking, you're going to take your Ziploc bag and open it. This is where it gets fun. Because if you don't do this just right, you have a big old mess on your hand. You're going to unhook the stocking from your glass. Put the henna in the bottom of your plastic bag like this. Okay, once it's like this, you're going to gather up your plastic bag, like so, around the top of the henna. Make it really tight. Then you're going to take up the rest of the nylon stocking and you're going to pull And you're just going to squish the henna right out of the stocking. Try not to snap it like a rubber band because it will splatter all over your walls. I've done that. Okay. You want to keep your stockings because as long as they don't have runs or anything, always check them beforehand. No holes or runs or anything like that. Once you have your henna strained into a plastic bag, seal it. Squish out as much air as possible. You can write on it with a Sharpie marker what date you made it, what you put in it, anything like that. And you can store this in the fridge or in the freezer. But if you watch some of our other videos, you can see how you use the plastic bag to fill the cones. This is ready to go. And that's it for today. This is Cryptic Girl for Henna Hottie. Please don't forget to rate and comment. Every little bit helps.